Today we're going to show you the Google Drive connector for Lilt, which enables you to place content within a Google Drive folder. Lilt will then take that content from Google Drive to be translated, and then once that translation is done, it'll send that translated content back to that same folder within Google Drive. So we've created a new Google Drive folder called Test Translate. And what we're going to do is upload a Word doc file to this Google Drive folder. So we'll go up to New, hit File Upload. We've got our translation test.doc. You can see this is just some dummy text. It's copied from the Wikipedia article for neural machine translation, but we're just going to use this to show how this connector works. So now that we've got the content there, what we need to do is go over to Lilt to actually set up the connector. All right, so we're on lilt.com here. We'll just go ahead and sign in. So we're on our projects dashboard here, and there's no content yet to be translated, so let's set up this connector and get that content from Google Drive to Lilt. So we'll go up to Account, we'll go down to Integrations, and we'll navigate down to the Google Drive integration, and we'll just click this plus button here. All right, so now that we're in the Google Drive integration setup, we need to do a couple of things. We need to first paste the URL for that folder that we just created where we're going to import and export our files to. Second, we need to create a projects label. Now this is what is going to be appended to the beginning of all projects that are created from this integration. Third, we need to set an import schedule. We can choose every day, every 2 days, every 3 days, or once a week. So let's do every 1 day. Now, regardless of what we select there on the import schedule, we can also force a sync at any time between Google Drive and Lilt. And for the exported languages, let's choose Spanish. And then we'll click Authorize with Google. Now this is bringing us to the Google login page. We're going to click Allow. Great. So once we've done that, Google then brings us back to Lilt. We wait for this to pop up, and then we'll click Save. Our Google Drive integration has been set up. It's set to check Google Drive every day, but let's just go ahead and force a sync in order to show the connector. Great, Google Drive and Lilt should now be set up, so let's go up to our projects page. All right, so we see a project created, Google Drive connector, and we can see the document translation test.doc, which is the document that we put into Google Drive. So now what would happen is a translator would actually be assigned to and would complete this content. Because we're just showing the connector here, I'm just going to accept all the machine translation. Done. And again, what would happen here is a reviewer would go in and review this, but I'm just going to accept all of the translations. So now that that content is 100% translated and 100% reviewed, let's go ahead and drag it over to the Done column. Now, content being in the Done column is what tells the connector that this content needs to be sent back to Google Drive. So again, we'd set the frequency for once a day, but just because we're showing this, let's go ahead and just force a sync. So we'll go back up to Account, go over to Integrations, go down and click Sync. All right, so now that content should have been sent back to Google Drive, so let's navigate back there. There we go. It's that same content translated into Spanish. So now what we've seen is how Lilt can connect with Google Drive to take content from Google Drive, send it to Lilt to be translated, and then send it back to Google Drive so you can do whatever you needed to do with that content.